Hi, I'm Russell from the RNZAF. I'm an Avionics Technician and I'm about to show you through the flight deck of a Hercules. Come with me. So in the Hercules we have the captain who sits here. They're in charge of the aircraft, they're the boss. They spend their time flying around on the radios, talking to air traffic controllers, stuff like that. They also, when they're on the ground, they have the steering wheel. So this is for when we're taxiing out, so it's like a car. Once they get up to speed, bend the yoke and the pedals take over and they use that to control the aircraft. Other things on the yoke, you've got your trim tabs. So these adjust the plane slightly so that as it changes weight and uses more or less fuel, it stays nice and steady as it flies along. Also got your autopilot on and off controls. I'm just going to open the window. So these planes have windows, not open while they're in flight, but on the ground it's a nice way to cool it down a bit. Moving around, we've got more stuff about the aircraft. It's the engines and how they're running, the temperature of the engines, torque and everything like that. But that's more of the concern of the person who sits here is the engineer, the flight engineer. They're watching the fuel, seeing how much is available, making sure it's going from the right tanks to the right engines to keep the aircraft balanced and stuff. Also the one we turn to, like a little warning pops up. One of the pilots will turn and be like, hey, is this a problem? And flight engineer will be like, nah, we can fly a bit. We'll fly to the next destination, get it sorted. Or they might be like, hey, this is bad. We need to find the nearest diversionary airport, tuck in there and fix it. So maintainers like me go away on all the flights in case we need to do the maintenance on the ground. The other thing in the flight deck which is worth knowing about is this hole in the roof. It's this one here. We use that to evacuate in the event of emergency if we've landed somewhere where we can't get out our main crew door. I've got this handy rope to just swing off the side, slide down into the water or the ground or whatever they're on. But if it is in the water, in the ocean, somewhere like that, we're more likely to need to use some of the life rafts. So if I pull one of these, I'm not going to, but if I was to pull it, a big life raft will deploy on top of the aircraft. That would ruin the aircraft for the rest of forever, but that is more like, hey, we've just landed in the ocean and we need to get out. Cool, those are some of the interesting parts of the cockpit. I hope you enjoyed the tour and have a great day.